Your next fighter coming to you out of the red corner. This is out of the 155-pound weight class. From 4M MMA out of Indian Trail, North Carolina. Please welcome Isaiah McAllister.
Okay, another one from 4M. Let's see if we can go 7 fights in and 7 finishes.
Yeah, it feels like a Toro Cup in here with all these finishes.
Know. Hey, if it was a Toro Cup, they'd be having to shell out a lot of money for the fast finishes under 2
Honestly,
minutes.
I think more promotions should take note of that. You know, even if it's only $100, I'm sure amateur fighters love to have $100.
Oh, for sure. It's the first card I ever fought on had like fight of the night and sub of the night. And I won sub of the night on that. And I got
was
a bunch
that
of
your
gear.
52nd one?
And then, no, that one it was in the end of the first round. My 57-second one.
And his opponent fighting out of the blue corner, looking to get that first W in the cage from Team Rock in Fayetteville, North Carolina. Please welcome Thevar.
Team Rock Fayetteville having a pretty good night so far as well. Oh wow, Thevar walking out to the cage seriously. He's got that deep stare in his eyes. Oh, and there's Coach Seth in his corner. The man, the mad coach right there.
I thought I had met Akshay previously. I think I may have rolled with him before. He just seems so familiar. But this is his MMA debut, taking on Isaiah McAllister, who's got 2 fights already, but lost both of those fights. 2 wrestling-heavy, grappling-heavy attacks.
Well, they do know how to wrestle over at Team Rock, but they have a wide variety of skill sets, again, being right next to Fort Bragg.
Yeah.
You get a lot of guys with so many different high-level backgrounds. I went through a couple fight camps over there, and it is brutal. One of my first nights there, the AC was out, and when I say that I must have lost like 7 pounds, you could wring out my hair. Good times. And I wouldn't have it any other way. Thevar definitely seems to be a little more gung-ho, with McAllister being a little more reserved, but that can change as soon as the bell dings.
Range!
We have both guys looking to strike. Very good head movement there from McAllister as he slips it off of a jab. Hopefully Thevar's not getting a little too anxious here. McAllister's experience.
He's definitely fighting like it's his first fight.
Yes,
but
he is.
I mean, I know that you know a thing or two about Cess, and I know a thing or two about Cess, and I know he wouldn't send somebody out here who's not ready to fight.
Oh, absolutely, and I know if it goes into another round, he will have excellent cornering advice on that stool. Thevar's got to keep his chin down a little bit when he throws that left hand. Sometimes he's peeking over the top of his glove.
Yeah, we've already seen.
Oh, and in beautifully off of a missed catch kick there.
Well, we've already seen Thevar really try to grab a reach for a single leg, and now he seems like he's really forcing the issue on this body lock, but McAllister's got great frames, and he hit 2 big knees on the way in.
Yeah, those knees were pretty much right on the money, so very good job from him. And then Thevar, some knees of his own that actually look really decent from here, especially because it's directly in front of you and I.
Yeah, I'm always big on guys that are controlling the action here to just put their knee in the middle. Stop trying to knee the guy. Put your knee in the middle, and that way you can flatten him out and start working for a takedown.
Thevar's actually kneeing the outside of the quad, which is like a dead leg position, and able to wrap up that single leg and run the pipe to the outside.
I think he caught Isaiah off guard there a little bit because Isaiah didn't have any time to really defend. Far wrist ride there.
Thevar looking to try and come up to take the back. Almost has it. He's got to keep circling around, and yeah, he loses it because he doesn't come around the correct way. McAllister throws a good right hook.
And a big knee, too.
Wow.
See, if you get in this contest of just kneeing the guy up against the fence, he can just get out at any time. All he has to do is start circling his hips.
And you waste a lot of energy doing so.
Exactly. And, you know, maybe it's because I'm not the most athletic guy in the world, but when I'm in there, I don't want to turn it into a contest of athleticism.
Thevar gets an Ochigari off of the cage and looking for the back again. Got the wrist right, but he needs
power half.
There you go. Got to come up and keep the back. Step over with the left leg. The left leg has to come over because there's a good chance he can get bucked off. He's got to get that other hook in.
McAllister just does not respond very well to being grappled.
And there he goes. His corner telling him to flatten him out with both hooks. There's double unders. Exactly. That's what his coach is clamoring for him to do that.
McAllister's doing a good job so far of keeping the hooks out.
He is. He's doing a very good job with that. And then power half again.
Wow, he really drug him to the ground there.
Short time here.
He's right in front of Coach D. Lopez here, who's his grappling coach.
He's got to throw fast here because it's almost out. And we are going to see a second round here from these gentlemen.
A second round. That's a rare sight tonight.
That takedown and ground control is definitely going to sway that first round to Thevar. But McAllister did a very good job preventing the other hook from coming in. Thevar's corner pleading with him to get double unders under the armpit so that he didn't get bucked off and rolled. And luckily he didn't, but that was a very vulnerable chance there for him.
Yeah, Isaiah doesn't have a lot of urgency when he's being grappled. He doesn't have a lot of he's a very explosive athlete, but he loses some of his explosiveness as the fight goes on and as the grappling situations get more and more prolonged.
Yeah, and that might have tired Thevar out too.
Yeah, I mean, I'll just tell you right now, Isaiah, if you're listening to this after the fact, Charlotte Jiu-Jitsu Academy, swing by sometime.
Wow, that was so well timed. Slipped right under the punch with that shot.
That was beautiful. The first round he rushed it. Second round, no rushing.
Much more. I told you Coach Sess was going to give him good advice. Coach Sess posted a picture of his first business card, which was that exact move right there.
Yeah, I saw it this morning.
To the takedown.
Ring skills. Shout out to Ring Skills.
Yep. So predicted, I guess, what would occur. And now in a dominant top half position for Thevar. They're telling him to cross face. He needs to flatten his opponent out, pull that arm to get him flat, and then, almost right on the back there. And I guess McAllister recognized the danger and quickly moved. It's hard not to get overexcited right here and lose positioning because you get very amped up.
Oh, yeah. Well, I mean, just back takes in general. Back takes and guillotines, very rushed typically.
Yes, and then you can end up on bottom in both those instances. And then, all right, McAllister is able to recover a full closed guard and looking to isolate an arm. But again, their second round, they're very sweaty at this point. Wow, beautiful strike to pop into that half guard.
And he's got that body lock, but the body lock's pinned, so it should be easy for him to pass the outside.
He can have the potential to rain down heavy blows from here.
Underhook on that side, you got to expect that pass coming on the outside with the knee.
McAllister's flat on his back from here. It's not good. He really needs to get on his side.
He's not reacting well. Like, that's kind of the thing that I see in every one of his fights. He just doesn't do the things that most people would do in these situations.
Think of fighting like wrestling. If you were flat on your back, you are wrong. And double unders, again, they're calling for it, so he doesn't lose it. He needs to keep his opponent flat, double unders under the armpit and flatten him out. There he goes. He's looking for it. You got to drive your hips in.
With over a minute to work, he's flattening him out.
So you really got to drive the pelvis through the spine here to keep them flat. And
that should be it. Oh, no. Isaiah turns and gets out.
McAllister is very good at wiggling. They're slippery and sweaty from here. But he can possibly finish this with strikes if he just...
And Larry just told us that he felt like that fight with Tyler and Ramiro went on Like he said he should have stopped it earlier. I doubt he'll let another one go that long. So if you're taking a lot of shots from here, this should be it. I see him touching the back of the head.
He looks like he's getting ready to tap, which means if you have time to do that, you have time to defend.
Exactly.
Oh, and he lets go in his corner, yelling at him for doing that. Oh, Thevar, sometimes you got to be relentless with those submissions.
Well, maybe he just thought it wasn't on. He's like, if I'm squeezing this guy and he hasn't tapped yet, it's not on.
Oh, there it is. You can slide under right now. Now squeeze, short time. You better squeeze. It looks like, all right, he let go again. McAllister's going to survive into a third round. So 2 fairly dominant rounds for Thevar. But it's MMA.
I mean,
so
that last round was about as close as you can get to a 10-8, in my opinion.
Yeah, just complete dominant control. Over 2 minutes of ground control. I wonder if this will be the first fight of the night to go the distance.
It looked like Thevar was going to stop it a few times.
Had to say hello to the mad coach.
He lets Isaiah and D take over here in this corner.
He always does. He's talked to me about that before. Says, you know, you can't have too many cooks in the kitchen either.
No. Yeah, I think 2 is good for the.
Let's go, Charlotte. Third and final round. Make some noise.
Potentially our first fight here to go the distance.
Thevar had some good up and down level changes there to throw his strikes.
But if Isaiah McAllister wants to win this fight, I think he's going to have to finish him.
Yeah, agreed. It's just too dominant in Thevar's favor right now. But again, it's MMA. You're wearing very limited gear, so anything can happen. And Thevar able to get in on another takedown. A little bit slower than the previous rounds, but that's to be expected. It's debut fight.
Wrist right, grab it.
There you go, now he's passing all the way into side control.
Neon Belly is there. He's looking. He's going to mount.
And now he is fully in mount.
No resistance.
This is a terrible place for McAllister to be.
2 full minutes here is a long time.
The noise the gloves are making as they make connection on their face. Thevar needs to stay in front of him and not be reaching behind the head like that. Good. Now he's high mount under the armpits. This is a very bad place. If he just keeps throwing, I'm sure that Larry's going to stop this fight.
Larry's eyeballing this close. He's saying you got to defend yourself.
Yeah, I mean, they're directly in front of us. You can hear the noise he's just making. If he just keeps throwing the strikes from here, I think it'll end. This is actually giving McAllister some time to recover.
Yeah, he's trying to flatten him out.
Yep. Larry's making sure that there's no strikes to the back of the head, and this looks under the chin from here. He's gotten flattened out, but let's see if Thevar lets go as previous. Pulling up on the head a little, trying to sneak through the other arm. Thevar's actually got blood pouring out of his left nostril right now, too.
Oh, he's really bullying him.
I mean, this is one of the worst positions to be in. He's almost got a choke again, and it looks like McAllister's kind of not really defending.
I really feel like
point.
if he just punched, they'd stop it.
I'm in 100% agreement with you here. If I was his corner, I'd be telling him right now, just keep throwing strikes.
He's right in front of that corner too.
This fight is going to end if you just keep continuously hitting. And I know it's so hard when you want to hunt that finish for your first fight. People yelling, okay, and it gets stopped.
And mercifully, they will stop this one. Akshay Thevar.
Not hard strikes, but just too many unanswered ones that were not intelligently defended.
Victorious in his MMA debut.
as many times as I've been in the cage, sometimes you forget the noise that it makes when those small gloves hit bone on face. But I missed that noise. So now we are 7 fights, 7 finishes. See if we can keep that momentum going throughout the remainder of this card.
Almost we saw a decision, almost.
All right, fighters, to the center of the ring. Your winner due to referee stoppage in the 3rd round by strikes, fighting out of the blue corner, Akshay Thevar. Another win for Team Rock. Rodak.
Look at that. Remember, I know everybody here has their phones out. If you're taking pictures, if you're taking video, fight for it. And then remember your Roman numerals, XVII.